Be'ez Hashem, Parshas Tazria Mitzoira Tovshin Peivav. We know that one of the biggest yisoidus in the Emunah Bitachon is that the Rebbeinu Shalom is the source of every kind of abundance and everything that goes on in this world. And even though we sometimes feel that something that we got was through a person, a human being gave us, if it's a favor, if it's money, if it's a good eitzah, whatever it is, so there's a Emunah Bitachon has to remember that the Rebbeinu Shalom just handed it to me through that person. That person was Sachakal, a Shliach, was being used by Hashem to give me that present. If the Eibusher didn't want to give it to me, he wouldn't have gotten to me. Al tivtuchu min divim v'nodem she'enos l'shua. It's the Rebbeinu Shalom that gave it to me. So if I didn't get it, it's because Hashem didn't give it to me. If I did, I have to remember to give the thanks to the source, to the one that really gave it to me. That helps a person remember the second step, second shlav, that it doesn't make a difference what type of emtsoi the Chovis Avos calls it. What person will be used to give me the abundance that the Eibusher wants to give me. And I don't need to necessarily get it from Reuven or Shimon or Levi. It doesn't make much of a difference. For example, if a person is trying to raise money, so he had an idea, he thought it would be appropriate for Yankel to sponsor this room of the shul. Lil Nishmas, his father, Baruch Hashem, he has the money and he likes the shul, and he would be a perfect candidate. And the uncle's not interested, or doesn't pick up the phone, or kedoyma. He doesn't see it as a problem, because it doesn't have to be Yankel. It could be whoever it is, because it's Rebbeinu Shalom helping me, and the Rebbeinu Shalom is going to give it to me. It doesn't make a difference how I'm going to get. Now we are used to living like that, hopefully, with the concept of money, b'chlal, financial, the tzarachim of a person, the needs of a person, or let's say health. This doctor, the other doctor. It's all shlichim from the Rebbeinu Shalom. I rely on the Eibusher, I'm espalel, I thank the Rebbeinu Shalom. And whoever it is that happened to be the right shliach was only the right shliach, like we call it. We started discussing in the previous Chovis Avos Shiurim the concept that emotional health is not different than any different type of type of abundance, which the Rebbeinu Shalom gives to a person, the feeling of love, the feeling of being needed, and developing the tzarachim that a person needs to be a human being, which is usually given to a person throughout the beginning stages of life. Father, mother is mechanech the child, but gives that comfort to the child and raises the child with a mahalach, the child learns all the yisoidus of how to be a normal person and felt that love. Really, it's the Rebbeinu Shalom giving the person that feeling through the mother, through the father, rabbis that the person has, friends. And if a person feels that they were missing one of the above, they went through very, very harsh childhood, in any mahalach, so a person has to know that you should know the Rebbeinu Shalom is in charge, and that means the Rebbeinu Shalom didn't give it to you, and the Rebbeinu Shalom could give it to you. And one of the biggest yisodos is that a person should chap that even though the normal mahalach is for most people that is this type of love you get from a mother, and if I didn't have that, then nobody could make it up. That's if a person doesn't learn Emunah Bitachon, and that has a truth to it. But if you learn the emes Emunah Bitachon, you chap that but where get us? Who gives that? The Rebbeinu Shalom. And the Rebbeinu Shalom doesn't have to give it that way. The Eibusher give it any other way. So the Rebbeinu Shalom could now complement that missing feeling that I have through any other mahalach. Now, and that's the same is a person that feels that they don't get what they need from their spouse. Normal. A woman that feels that doesn't have a husband that can give her needs, kipshutai, and is always achfakert, the other way around. So a person that's going to continue knocking on that door and being so hurt that I don't have what normal people have, and not turn to the Rebbeinu Shalom, not understanding that you have to open up your mind, and it's possible that you should get your needs, but not the conventional way. You could get it. Then a person that opens their eyes, they're going to be able to see that the Eibusha could take care of it. Take care of it for them. To get what's that word again? They people could appreciate them and admire them from the job or wherever it is. But if they're not going to open up their eyes, they're still going to be forbidden and stuck. So this is the Yesoidus. Let's try to elaborate in another aspect of it, another Nakuda that we didn't talk about in the past. It's the word from the Kotzker Rebbe, V'afta kamoicha. You could only love somebody else as much as you love yourself, because it's kamoicha. So, if you don't know how to love yourself, you're not going to be able to give that to somebody else because you don't have it. So sometimes this word could be very, very, very painful for certain people, because they feel, how could you expect me to give what I never got, and I don't even know what it is because I never got it? Especially one of the mahalchim, how a person could develop the feeling that people really admire them, is by being mechaber other people. Ezu mechubed mechaber sabriyas. And then you're going to see how people admire you, and sabistach, you could build a feeling of that people see your values, people enjoy you. But if people appreciate you, but if a person feels that I can't even do that, and I can't be mechaber others because I don't even know what it is, because nobody was mechaber me. So I feel like I'm stuck. I don't have with what to start. I don't have the kelim b'chlal to do the right things and to be able to figure it out. Sometimes people that went through different types of abuse feel that they're missing such core understandings in what normal means, that it's so hard for him to form a normal relationship with the Rebbeinu Shalom, because they don't have that normalkeit. What's normal? They never saw normal. It's very, very painful. And sometimes people could feel that this is a topic that's only negeya for people that went through gefährliche Sachen, but it's not so true, because maybe the question is presented that way. But the Yisoidus is negeya for every Yid, and not only specifically in this area. But it's important to know that it also relates to this area. So let's try to discuss a noisa, and then get back to these questions. When a person usually suffers any type of yisurim or any type of nisoyim, it's very common that a person makes one big mishmash from three separate parts of the nisoyin, and because of that, they can't get out of it. What are the three parts? There's a result that you want should happen, and it's not happening, so you're in pain. That's the simplest one. They need XYZ, they need that to happen, and it didn't happen yet. Second part is how that result should come. That means, let's say they're very, very tzibrochen, that this person just didn't want to help them. The emtzoi, the derech, how to get there, is bumpy and not pleasant. And the third nakuda is a zichuch. If anybody knows the English word, that could be doima. Purification. Cleansing. Nah. Akafonim in the mishpocha. That means the while the person is going through their nisoyan, that it's making them be more humble and more. They have to rely on the Rebbeinu Shalom more, and they're becoming, like you said, more pure. What's happening to them? That's a third nakuda. And now let's explain it with a moshel, with many examples. Not a moshel, it's really the live emissary examples. It's the nimshel. Person that's waiting for a shidduch. Now, the situation that they're going through is that the reason why they're waiting for a shidduch in their eyes is because they have an older sister. That's their name. This boy is 25. But he's stuck. A certain matter he's stuck. Or there could be so many different reasons why he feels that's the reason why they're stuck. Family, people don't want to get the family, there's a health issue. What's the difference? The list is kamaras long, or as long as how many Hamish families there are in the What's the difference right now? Right now, the stock. We are very used to pointing and saying that I know why I'm stuck. Of course. Of course, it's a shtickle parasha there. Now let's try to look at it in Emunah Bitachon. Emunah Bitachon is three separate things. Part number one, that a person is in pain, that they want a certain result. So sein a shidduch, they will helfen. Stellen a Yiddische Stub. That's a tsar. It's one tsar. There's a separate tsar, which is called that they feel that the string, the handle to that result has to go through this matzav. They have to be able to figure it out because that it's kashur, that it's because of something. So now they are, besides the fact that they're waiting for Yeshua, they're stuck on this area that they feel that this is making me not have that result, and they're working with that upset about it. Many try to fix it, but in their mind they're connecting it. Then there's the zichuch they're going through, this bushes, they're embarrassed, to a hard, very hard situation they have to go through because of the matziv. The boy doesn't have where to learn, and he's embarrassed the yontif to come to shul, and he feels so not in place by the Seder Nacht. A whole long list of zichuch that they're going through while they are in this parsha. But because in the mind of the person it's one big story, it's one big story. They like to say to Shima Achas. Shima Achas is, I have an older sister, you got it? You see me? That's the matzav. Do I have to explain? It's everything. For someone that knows what it is, it's the whole 9 yards. Not only if we look at Muni Bitachon, but even if we would just look, take a look, we would see that these situations and pain that people are going through are not necessarily connected. So many times you have a great person in Shidduchim, they try this, they try that. Thousands of people that there's no emes reason. Nobody could say why I didn't go there. I don't know. But it is a fact. Then, on the other hand, there are people that have all the issues in the book, and Baruch Hashem, happily ever married, big issues. They got married right away. That's bechlal that they saw in Achaim. Not before, and even not afterwards. The Mashgiach warned this Kishkis that he's never going to have Shalom Bayis. He has better Shalom Bayis than the Mashgiach. Frag me nicht, that's oi. This is not his Nisayon. Why is it? This is the Mitzvah, this is the reality. So, if a person looks at this, they start chapping that it's separate Zach. The amount of zichuch that a person is supposed to go through in life, or the amount of zichuch, how much purification a person has to go through to get through this hurdle in this specific area, is a certain amount. And that they have to go through regardless of the matziv. Regardless, this area they wish they wanted, they should have to go through this ma'avar. The way they're going to be geholfen, it doesn't make any difference. Mama doesn't make a difference. All the ishtadlis that a person is going to do, but it's still kiyodua. The Chavis always explains, even when a person has a mitzvah to do ishtadlis, the ishtadlis didn't make it happen b'chlal. It came from left field b'chlal di Yeshua. So the emtsoy, the how you're going to be geholfen in that area is going to happen from something that you didn't dream. This is klor. The time that Yeshua is going to come is totally in the zman and in tshuva of the person. And the zichuch they're going through is because they have to go through the zichuch. The reason why they think that they are going through this is the furthest from the emes. This is like a lavush. It looks like that's the reason, even though the Olam Hazeh tells the story punkt verkehrt. Day to day, minute by minute. The Shatchens puts down, the other person said, no, you were wondering when you should tell them that piece. And every shidduch that comes up after, when the other side is already all warm, and then you say just the Shatchens, that little piece of information, they said no, for the same reason. So the person is like going crazy. Mamash going crazy, and the person has to chada, it's not connected to that. It's very, very hard. Over the emes it's a lavush. The lavush means that because the person has to go through the zichuch, so that's why they should put this. If not, there would have been something else in the way. We mainly were riding on a shidduch case. Exactly the Zelbazach would be a person's, let's say, struggling with infertility. So it's not Shmishana, it's Zelbazach. A certain amount of zichuch, there's mana Yeshua. Them tell you what's going to be, how they're going to figure it out. And when the Eibush is going to say, it's the Rebbeinu Shalom. But it's them, the Rebbeinu Shalom, all the people in between, and the Mahalchim in between, what the doctors say in between is only pieces of the puzzle, which is not the reason. It's just the shlichim, how to bring that result. This is from the Aleph base from Bitachon. And that's why a person chaps has a mahalach, the Valabos is a manik levira, there's someone running it. By the time the Yeshua is going to come, there is a Yom HaGeula for every person from that Tzorah. It's just Mechusim ibn Ayon, the Gemara says in Psachim, it's hidden. There's a day, but the Eibusha didn't want you to live knowingly. Constantly, you should know which day the Yeshua is going to come, but there's a Yeshua waiting for you. Now let's head back to the example, to the Yesod that we were discussing earlier. A person feels that they were deprived. They never got a certain Yesoidus in their nefesh, what they feel. They didn't get it. And that caused a gewaltig mas nefesh in their life. When they got married, they struggled for years to try to figure out what it means to be a normal person, what it means relationships, emotional health. And it's so painful. It's so painful. The person that was deprived from it, the pshat is that the Rebbeinu Shalom said, I didn't give it to you on a silver platter. this is going to be an area that you're going to have to go through zichuch to get it. Of course you're going to get it, because I provide it for everybody. But if a person was born with rich parents, or they got on a silver platter, they didn't have to struggle financially. They don't have to struggle financially. It's because they decided they don't have to struggle financially. A different person doesn't have bread. After they marry off their children, there was a person that used to come to the shir. We asked him, you saw the tzaddikim from the previous generation. Tell us about moifes, about that you saw. He used to tell us, you want to hear the biggest moifes? I was a malamed all my years in Yerushalayim. I don't have a penny to my name. I married off 10 children, they all have diras. That's the biggest moifes. He used to say it so with such emotion. He said, I saw the Rebbeinu Shalom. Tell me moifes. It's a moifes. It's garnish with nothing. Zero. It's just the other day I spoke to, I think I once mentioned, there's a person that told me he has 14 children, and he told me that my tata hat uns übergelost a Yerusha. He said, a Rekel mit 2 Paar Häusen. Or they say, 2 Chaletlach mit a Paar Häusen. Mein Tata übergelost a Yerusha. Mein Bruder is a Bachor, te genommen Pi Shnayim. Hat genommen die 2 Chaletlach. I got the pair of pants, and I married off all my children. And this person tells me, I saw the Rebbeinu Shalom. Now, this person went through zichuch on the way. There's a lot of zichuch on the way. That means they had no idea, day to day, minute to minute. Because the Rebbeinu Shalom said, this area, I want you to talk to me directly.
It's a higher level. Shem says you don't have no parents.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you directly. I'm not through him, so you talk to me. Yeah, so the person tells the Rebbeinu Shalom, but I don't want to have to come every minute. The Rebbeinu says, yeah, but I want that connection with you. The same way that a person that has no money and no way, there's no mahalach, there's no family, there's no one even to imagine someone that I would be able to take money from there. In the end of the game, the Rebbeinu helps this way or the other. It's just that on the way, there's a lot of zichuch. There's days and minutes that a person feels that they're falling apart. They feel everything's falling apart. And there are millions of Yidden that went through this. In the middle of the game, they felt, let's just close up. Let's put up a big sign on the house. It's for sale. It's be'emes. It fell apart, and it didn't fall apart. There's ups, there's downs, there's all kinds of matzavim. In every single area of a person's life, there's a gzeira when they're born. As if there's this chocham and tifish, there's the health of a person, all the areas, the height of a person. There's a gzeira. In this area, you're going to get it on a silver platter. In this area, you're not going to know how to, no idea. And you're going to be getting a Yeshua that's going to last for an hour. And the next hour, you're a brand new Yeshua. That is called the zichuch of a person. That a person has to go through a ma'avar, and in that place that a person didn't get their needs, pshat is in this area, not only pshat is you didn't get it here, you'll get it somewhere else. You didn't get it here and you have to go look for it. It means it's going to be a bumpy ride, but that bumpy ride is going to get you so close to the Rebbeinu Shalom that that's going to bring you to your tachlis. Imagine when a person has many children, they have all kinds of children. The really good child, the child that is always emotionally disturbed, the child that was being matzliach and chay, the child that before they were married they thought it's the biggest mutzlach, and afterwards they were struggling with that child the most, and the other. There's all types. But the child that was Machanech you, it was a bumpy ride. But the Eibusher decided that that's going to be the place that is going to make me be a better Yid, a truer, deeper kind of a Yid. When you talk about emotional health, that a person didn't get it on a silver platter, they don't even know what it is, and they feel like I can't give it, and then they feel it's just falling apart. I'm a balmum. I'm handicapped. I'm asking, but what do you want me to do about it? You know my history a little bit? It is what it is. Every mechanech is telling me that if I would be able to give love for my children more, then the situation would look different. But I can't. Okay? If the person's put on a spot, it's their most sensitive spot. It hurts like who knows what. It's really, really painful. But Lemais, what the Eibush is saying is, don't give up. It's emes. It's emes. I'm crying with you. You're not imagining. But when you don't have any mahalach, then you could turn to me. And when you turn to me, it doesn't mean it's just going to fly away the problem. It means it's going to be a day-to-day relationship with me, of trial and error, of figuring it out, of developing it. Wow, some ride. But that is the place that the Eibush was goyze b'ashgacha pratis, that in this area you're going to be chavrusa with Rebbeinu Shalom. You know that boy that everybody has chavrusas, and then the Maggid Shir says, okay, so you'll learn with me. For many reasons, that was the setup. This area, you're that boy. Pshat is, it's going to be a ride, but in the end of it, you're going to get there. The Gemara sagt in Menachos. The Gemara sagt in Menachos, nun Gimel Amid Beis. The Gemara sagt that Yidden are like a Eid Zayas. In what way? That Achrison Besoifan. That means the Zayas tree takes years until it produces fruit. It's not, okay, gegangen. No. You look at it, another year. There's nothing going on. Rashi says, Shenotu Achshav, when you plant a tree of zaysim, of olives, Einoi Toyon Adzman Godol. It wouldn't give off fruit until a very long time. But then when it starts, it's when it rains, it pours. When it starts, all of a sudden, there's so much going on. Grad is an interesting nakuda. Many times therapy works like that. That you could be in therapy for a year or two, and it's painful. There's nothing going on. And when it clicks, it's like that copy machine that you print 100 times and nothing came out, and then then you have to give for your eniklach that silum. Because once all those tefillis, all those sachen, it's in there. It just didn't yet come out when I koyach halapoil. Yiddish kinder are like that, which means that this area that you feel you're struggling mighty, and even though you davened, and you gave tzedakah, and you did tshuva, and you made kabbalas, I don't see it moving at all, or it's moving so slow. I would live like Mrs. Shellach, and I would get a kazai. I'm in pain. The situation is be'emes. It's true. It's be'emes painful. We could cry along with this. It's be'emes heavy. Achrisam b'sifa means that you were born to go through this process, and once you get there, you did your shlichus here. You did your shlichus. So this trial and error is a big part of your life. This is a big yisoid. Rabbi Yaakov Oimer, Oilam hazeh doimo leproizdor, Oilam habo doimo letraklen. This world was only, you're just going through. It's like a whole way to get to the banquet, to get to the big traklen. In Ruchnius as well. Once you got it till the end, then a person already goes to the next world. Sometimes a person says, but when am I going to see the Nachas? If I'm struggling so bad, for what, from 50 years from now, I'm not going to be around. No, so what's the problem? We didn't come here to shep the Nachas. Of course, it's a human need to be able to see results of the hard work, enochanami. But in overall, the fact that it's taking a lifetime of work, it doesn't mean you're not being successful. You're working it through. You're trying something else. If a person is doing it with the Rebbeinu Shalom, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is avalet tfilosan shel tzadikim. Sagt this Chazal that explain, one of the Chazal is, the Gemara sagt in Tainis, the Rebbe Akiva and Rebbe Lezer, the word it didn't rain, so Rebbe Lezer davened, and it didn't help. The Rebbe Akiva davened, and it's geholfen. So in Bavli, there's one reason why. Yishalmi sagt, the Rebbe Akiva said that the Eibishter hat lieb gehabt Rebbe Lezer so badly, he doesn't answer his tefillas right away. When he doesn't answer the tefillas right away, what happens is that he comes again and davens again and davens again. So we keep that relationship. When the Eibishter doesn't like someone, he just answers him again. So we're done. When a person is trying and trying, you're talking to the Rebbeinu Shalom, Toich Kedei. You're trying. So this is the part that's called Zichuch. The Rebbeinu Shalom decided that this actually takes long. The result, the Eibishter knows when that result is going to come. What Emtsoi is going to make it happen, what Mahalach is going to work, it doesn't make a difference because it's not really connected. It's like a person asking, how do I know which doctor to go? I don't know which person to go to. It's really one shaila. When is going to be the day that the Eibush is going to reveal to me the Yeshua? That's the shaila. And the day the Eibush is going to give the Yeshua, it's going to come, or the Eibush is going to send you the right person, or the person that you're going to is going to become the right person. It's not totally that you have to be able to find dafka the right one. It's the Eibush has to decide to give it to you, and then it could be whoever it is. Tzaddikim used to tell people that came for bracha, they want a bracha for parnasa. So he used to say, go to the shuk, the first person you meet, do a mischa with him, because it doesn't make a difference. If you have a bracha for parnasa, then you're going to be a keli for shefa. Shita moedige zach. Chazal say that birchas kahanim is a moedige eis rotzen. But there's another pasuk in Novi, beporizchem es kapai, when the kahanim they try to bench Yiddish kinder. I'm not going to, if you do Avedis, I'm not going to give you that bracha. It's not going to work. So the Mefarshim explain, the kahanim, if they're in the right madrega, doesn't make much of a difference. The makablim, the Yidden have to be in a good matziv. If the makablim are in a matziv of a kelis be makabel abundance, they're going to get it. What's the difference if the kahanim? It just goes through them. It's not. If the makablim are not, even the kahanim are big tzaddikim, but the people that are supposed to be accepting that abundance, they're not kelim. They are now roed to be makabel. So when a person's time to be geholfen comes, it doesn't make a difference who's going to be the person that's going to give it to you. Sometimes a person says, I found this book, but why did I have to find this book when I was 60? Why couldn't I find this book when I was 40? What's the truth? Very simple. Very simple. The Eibush made you find this book. If you would have been ready by 40, of course you would have found it by 40. So it's not like it's a nest someone put it down there because Hashem long gave up. Baruch Hashem, someone put down the book here. So it doesn't work like that. It works that a person is a keli that's royal a kabel, things fall in place. So now, when a person feels they're missing understanding, they're missing experience, they're missing the intuition to be able to know how to be mechanech children or this type of child. I'm missing it. I don't have it. What does Hashem want from me? There's no way that I could have. I wasn't brought up like that. I was a previous generation. Parents were post-Holocaust mices. It's true. The pain is big. That means it's 100% true that you're missing it, and it's causing damage, and you're missing it, and you wish, and mayas haben. It's 100% true. But every person has such an area in life. Ergetzvu. Even a person, no one knows what comes up in 5 years from now. A person that you're going to have to work it out, and you have no idea how to come through to that person. The person doesn't want to listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to mimic a small. It doesn't work. I don't know. I have no idea how to do this. It's going to happen in a person's life many times. So okay, so now I have to go through a zichach, and it's going to be trial and error, not geschmack. It's not going to go on the first try, even if you daven, because the world wasn't designed that it should be a machine that if I know every time I daven the first time I'm going to get it. It's not a relationship. It's buying. It's mischa. It's achnoah and getting up again, but knowing that it's not a problem that it's like this. Even while you're watching the damage that's being done from not having this knowledge. The Eibishter that created a perfect world decided that this mahalach is perfect. And it happens to be working for the last almost 6,000 years. There is the achnoah that a person gets through during the halacha chaim, the natural relying on the Rebbe Shem the person has to do because they know that it's such a fog that they can't see. They can't see a few centimeters, so they naturally need to rely. That's called success. That's called success in this world. So the Eibishter is expecting the person to daven, to try, and to use one more point, to use the little bits and pieces of knowledge that they have that they're trying to work with that. Maybe I have a little feeling I'm going to try to work with this. They have the doctor sometimes when they have a person that leolenu, they have to take some skin or something from a different part of the body and put it here, and then it grows in. So a person tries to take a feeling that's doime, and maybe I'm going to try to use that, and hopefully it's going to work out. One last tip, which is easier said than done. A big yisoid in the sugya of trial and error is separating if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do versus if I'm doing it right. When a person is trying to do something that they know that they're not so good at it, so many times they're not going to do it until they feel confident enough that they can do it right. If I have to go to someone and try to give him a compliment, but I don't know how to give compliments. I was born to be a very reserved, erkennst. So I'm going to try 100 times, and I'm not there yet. So you're never going to be able to go through that barrier. First, you have to go through the barrier of doing it. It doesn't make a difference if it was 0 or 10 or 100. Once you break that through, then comes the shlav. Okay, now let's try to do it right. First, I'm doing it. Now, a person doesn't want to, because the person doesn't want to have to go through that embarrassment that they did it and it came out not so good. But learning how to make chalas takes time. You have to do it. It didn't work out. And the zelbazach is in every area that a person is trying to get there. We do it and we do it wrong. In the end, there's a saying that everybody wants to win until they find out how many times you have to fail beforehand. That's how most people leave the game. So say that it's bullshit that it pays. If it's a price you have to pay to get there, it's definitely worth it. Just to sum it up, the fact that a person feels that they never got what they needed and now they need it so badly for life, and they don't have how to get it, and they don't even have the musig right, the concept they don't have. The pshat is that this is from the areas in life that you have to go through zichuch. And the reason why the results are the way they are is not it's not a coincidence. The pshat is, because I don't know how to handle my children, because I never got it, and now all my children are going to be... It's horrible. You're mixing up all the parts of the story. The result has a cheshbon. Why it has to be like that, and when it has to be solved. It's one cheshbon. How it's happening to that child, or to the spouse, or whatever it is, it's another cheshbon. But you have to focus on the chelik. I have to go through the zichuch that I have to go through, and I have to focus on it. And if I'm going to do it together with the Rebbeinu Shalom, a lot of tefillah, a lot of achnoah, and a lot of tshuva, then the Rebbeinu Shalom is slowly going to help the person, and it's meant to be like that. It's not a mistake. Okay.